Okay, so I actually I don't have Wi-Fi right now, or else I'd be making this on my computer. But this is just gonna be me talking about how how bad our move was basically, and why it was like a fucking horrible day. So first off, we like moved from the place that we've been staying for the past few months because we had to interstitially like get a different place because this place that we live in now didn't start leasing until like the school year started because they run on the school year schedule. And so we stayed there for 3 months about. And they tried to fuck us over by saying like we had a 6 month lease and not a 5 month lease, and that our 60 days would be September, not August. But we worked that out and didn't get charged for whatever bullshit they were going to charge us. So that's one aspect of the fucking that we have received, or avoided, whatever. But then, so we're supposed to be out of the old place and into the new place on the same day. And my parents kept offering to get us movers, and they just kept offering again and again. And so eventually we were just like, fine, that'll be okay. And we even we got a U-Haul and then got movers through U-Haul, which was going to be cheaper than what they wanted. But you know, and we went for like the cheapest movers. Like we were like, we're not gonna spend that much money, and we're not gonna have y'all spend that much money. And so the day comes, we come here, because they told us initially that we would have to come get the keys at 12:30, I think. And so we were like, hey, we just have a really time sensitive issue. We have to be out of our old place by the end of the day. And you know, if it would be great if our move-in time could be moved up to 9:30, or like when we got the keys. So they said, yeah, sure, that'll work fine. And then we get here the day of, and they have no record of that. And we get to the apartment, and the apartment's a mess. Lots of shit is broken. Like lots of shit is still broken. Like this is fucked up. And we're still figuring that out. But we couldn't move anything. We were planning on using my car to move stuff, like move small stuff. That was more fragile and more personal, I guess. Just in the time that the movers were taking to get there, because they were scheduled to get there between 12 and 1. And so we couldn't even do that. We couldn't even move small stuff to kind of expedite the process. And not only could we not move small stuff, like they physically had to be in here. Like they had to be in here working on it, which is very annoying. So then 12 o'clock rolls around, and we're like, okay, they're not here. They're going to be a bit late. That's fine. And then it becomes 1 o'clock, and they're still not there. And so we waited, I believe, another half hour, and then Whitney called the company that we had hired, and it went straight to voicemail, and they never called us back, and so we just assumed that they were going to flake. And so we just started moving stuff. I went and picked up the U-Haul before 12, and we were working on getting stuff in the truck. And then at about 2:10, I would say, these bumfuck looking people roll up in a fucking like pickup truck, and we see them out in the parking lot. Like when we're moving stuff, they're out in the parking lot. They've parked, and they don't approach us. And so we're like, okay, so these are just random people. Then we go up to the house to get more stuff, and they knock on the door, and they say, hi, we're the moving company. And the company itself is On Call Movers. I don't know if they're just here in Texas, or if they're nationwide, or if they're statewide, or if they're just in this city. But that's the service. I'm going to put it out there. Fucking hated it. Very annoying. Very shitty. And they say, hi, we're On Call Movers. And Whitney said, yeah, we don't really require your services since you ran over an hour late past your latest time. And midway through that sentence, they just start walking away, because I guess they just expected to get a no anyway, which is even more annoying. And afterwards, Whitney said, you know, it looked like he had some racist tattoos on his hands, so I was not even if we did need them, I was not entirely comfortable doing that, and I was like, that's fine, that's understandable. And they didn't look any more capable than we did. Like, they were smaller than us, they didn't look like any stronger than us, so it was like, what's the fucking point? And yeah, that was really shitty. Luckily the U-Haul people were like, as long as you get this to us before we open tomorrow, you'll be good. And the same for the old apartments. They were like, if you put the keys in the drop box and we get them in the morning, you're good to go. So they're even with all that leniency that people granted us, it was still a very long day. I think it was about 10 hours, maybe 12. And it was a very shitty day. Pretty much the only time when we really needed everything to go right, and almost everything went wrong, and it was fucking horrible. So yeah, if you ever have the chance to hire on-call movers, fucking don't hire people through U-Haul either, apparently, because the customer service is not helpful. Anyway, I just needed to bitch about that because it's very frustrating. And these people are still like, kind of like, yeah, we knew about all this shit and we didn't fix it before this time frame. And I was like, if you waited the day that we moved to fucking fix this, like, we're not getting Wi-Fi until September. Like, there's a lot of shitty stuff going on, but that's my story and I've told it.